I'm Travis Downey.
And I'm Adam Pruitt.
And this is Week 8 of the Northwest Florida Daily News' Prep Football Blitz, where each week we review the week that was and get you set for Friday night. And Adam, looking at last week, a couple of big wins there for Choctaw. They were big winners over South Walton, 45-14. Mosley beats Crestview, 28-21. Walton over Baker, 28-22. Niceville, in a shootout with pace, wins 56-41. J22, Freeport 16, and Graceville defeated Rocky Bayou 56-6. Looking back at last week, what stood out to you, particularly with the small schools?
Baker and Walton, that would have been probably one of the better small school matchups of the year. Walton is a more athletic team. I think they were probably the favorite to win. Isaac Jackson had a great game, but Baker, not as many athletes, gave him a heck of a game. And then obviously you look at kind of the game within the game with Isaac Jackson and Cameron DeMang, and both those guys had fantastic games. So that must have been a lot of fun to watch for them.
Yeah, looking at the big schools, I keep going back to that Niceville game that I was at with Pace, and it was just a big offensive shootout. And you kind of expected that going in, but there was just hardly any defense, and that was kind of surprising. Of course, Roy Finch, 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing. He continues to make his case for Daily News Player of the Year. But impressed with Niceville, also impressed with Choctaw. It was South Walton, but it was a kind of a tune-up getting ready for this week. And this week, Week 8, as we mentioned, in the heart of district play. And looking at the schedule, we'll just get right to it. We'll start with a little bit of a different game. Rocky Bayou at McClay in Tallahassee. What do you see with that one?
Rocky Bayou, they're struggling at this point. They won their opener, have lost 5 straight. McClay's 5-1. That's a really long road trip. I hope Rocky Bayou obviously can get something out of this. More importantly, a win. But I got to go with McClay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with McClay also. Walton District 1-2A game. They're traveling to Pensacola Catholic, rather.
Yeah.
How do you like this matchup? Of course, Walton come off the big win.
Yeah. Walton was undefeated last year going into this game with Pensacola Catholic, and Catholic actually didn't have a very good record, but Catholic plays a very good non-conference schedule. Catholic is 6-1 this year. I've got to go with Catholic. I hope Walton gives them a good game and maybe finds a way, but Catholic's a very good team in a 3-team district. This game is huge.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Pensacola Catholic also. Their lone loss was last week to Pensacola High, so nothing to shake your head at there. Continuing on, Holmes County at Baker.
I think Baker should win this one and win this one big. Again, they play very good against Walton. Nothing to hang your heads about. And, but with Holmes being 1-6, I see this being pretty one-sided toward Baker.
Yeah, I like Baker also to move to 3-0 in that district and really grab a hold of it. Continuing on, Freeport on the road at West Gadsden.
West Gadsden, what I really like about them, they're a small school that'll play bigger teams. They played Niceville. They nearly beat Crestview. I'm going to go with them in this match. And, Travis, you've seen them. They've got a very good defensive line that can really set the tone and dominate games.
They do, and that's kind of what I would expect to see Friday night. Freeport's having a really good year at 4-2 and 3-1 in the district. But I like West Gadsden to take care of business in this one. And now we will go to Pine Forest, paying a visit to Niceville. 2 undefeated teams, big district game. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, we do games of the week every week, and we've got 2 on deck, and this could easily be a third. As far as matchups go, this might be, the premier matchup regular season wise in the area. I know everybody's looking forward to Niceville and Fort Walton, but this one's going to be fantastic. I'll go with Niceville in this one. Just because their offense is phenomenal. They're going to have to play more defense. Pine Forest is a smash-mouth team, and we'll see if Niceville can match their physicality.
They kind of mirror each other too. With Pine Forest, it's a 3-pronged attack, as Coach John Hicks referred to it as, with a strong quarterback and 2 really good running backs. Niceville's got the same type deal with Rick Whidden, Stephen Haynes, Roy Finch in that backfield. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to go with Niceville also, but they're going to have to get a little bit more of that defense if they're going to pull that off. And that brings us to what you were just alluding to, dual game of the week this week. The first one being Fort Walton Beach at Crestview.
Big district matchup. Fort Walton defending champion. Crestview has played much better the last couple weeks, but Fort Walton Beach seems to be of that 4-team district, just a little bit above everybody else, and honestly ranked third. Maybe they're a lot above everybody else, and it's just going to take. They're just too strong defensively, and I mean their passing game offensively is just going to be too strong.
I'm gonna go with Fort Walton Beach also. I think, like you said, they're kind of the class of that district without much argument. Final game of the week: Navarre at Choctaw.
Choctaw. I got to go with them. They're putting up a lot of points lately. Navarre has really struggled to score, and I don't think they can keep up. What we got to keep in mind with these two games: if Fort Walton wins and Choctaw wins, they seal playoff berths, and they're going to be playing for a district title.
Yeah, and who would have thought you would have been able to say that in the first year with Greg Thomas there at Choctaw? I mean, I think that kind of speaks to what he's done there. I'm going to go with Choctaw as well. I think they just have a little bit more offense. I like their defense more than I do Navarre's. I think they have more offense. I think they get it done. I think it's going to be a close game, though. That'll do it for Week 8 of the Football Blitz. We'll see you next week.